Hola, bonjour, mambo, hello. It's me, Mrs. B, and welcome to Mrs. B's Phonics Farm, where we learn all the sounds letters can make. Today, we're learning all about the short E sound. We take care of a lot of letters at the Phonics Farm, so I've got my friend Fiona Farm Hat who gives me a helping hand. But the letters make a lot of noises, and sometimes she gets confused about which letters are making which sounds. Let's see which letters she needs our help with today.
Well, how y'all doing? I'm Fiona Farm Hat. I work here on the Phonics Farm taking care of all the letters, and my letters were making a weird noise this morning. They were saying, eh, eh. Maybe my good friend Mrs. B can help me find the letters that make that sound.
Of course I can. It sounds like your letters are making the short E sound. The short E sound says eh. Can you say that sound? Eh. You even give a little smile when you say it. Eh. There's only one letter that makes that sound. It's the letter E. Whenever you see the letter E, you can say the short E sound that says eh. There are lots of words that have the short E sound. Sometimes you'll hear a word that has the short E sound at the beginning, like in the word edge. The edge of the cliff has a short E sound at the beginning. The E is saying eh in edge. Or like the word egg, it has a short E at the beginning. The E is saying eh in egg. The words that we're learning today have the short E sound right in the middle of the word, like in the word pet. Pet has the short E in the middle of the word. The E is saying eh in pet. Or like in the word wet. The E is saying eh in the middle of wet. The word leg, it has a short E in the middle too. The E in the word leg says eh. Web has a short E in the middle that says eh. The E in web says eh. The word rest has a short E in the middle too. The E in rest says eh. Bell. Bell is another word that has a short E in the middle. The E in the word bell says eh. And the word hen. There's an E in the middle of the word hen that says eh. Our sound of the day today is the short E sound. It says eh. And we get that sound with the letter E. Where do you hear the sound in the word? Listen to the word and find the sound of the day. Is it the first, middle, or last sound? This word says pet. It has 3 sounds, p, eh, and t. Where is the sound of the day in the word pet? Is it the p, the eh, or the t? Is it in the beginning, the middle, or the end? Point to where the sound of the day is. Where's the eh? You found it! The eh is in the middle of the word. Pet has the eh in the middle of the word. This word says bed. It has 3 sounds, b, eh, and d. Where's the sound of the day in the word bed? Is it the b, the eh, or the d? Is it the first, the middle, or the last sound? Point to the sound that says eh. You found it. It was right in the middle of the word. The E in bed says eh. This word says men. It has 3 sounds, eh, n. Where's the sound of the day in the word men? Is it the the eh, or the n? Is it the first, the middle, or the last sound? Point to where the short E is, the letter that says eh. You found it. It was right in the middle of the word. The E in men says eh. Our sound of the day today is the short E sound. It says eh, and we get that sound with the letter E.
Now that we know which letters are making those sounds, how about we read some words that have those sounds in them?
What a great idea, Fiona Farm Hat. I'd love to read with you. I can show you some short E words and then give you new sounds to make new words, and we can read them together. But in order to read the words, you've got to know how to read. The 4 B's of reading will teach you how to read new words. The first B is to begin with the first sound. Whenever you see a word, you'll start by saying the first sound in the word. Like this word here, the first sound says L. The next B is to break the word into parts. Like in this word, after you say the first sound, then you'll say the next and the next sound until you've said every sound in the word. Like this, L, E, T. The next B is to blend the sounds together. You'll stretch your voice to blend all the sounds together. Like this, let. Let. The word says let. The last B is to be an investigator. That means you can use clues and tools to help you read the word, like using the alphabet chart at the bottom of the screen that'll remind you of the letter sounds that you forget. Are you ready to read? Let's get started. Let's say each sound and then blend the sounds together. E, T, et. This part of the word says et. I'm going to add some letters and we'll blend some more words. Say each sound in the word. G, et, get. This word says get. Let's do another. Remember, this part says et. There's a new letter. Let's say each letter and then blend the sounds together. L, et, let. This word says let. Remember, this part says et. Let's add a new letter to make a new word. Say each sound and then blend them together. P, et, pet. This word says pet. Remember, this part says et. Let's add a new letter to make a new word. Say each sound and then blend the sounds together. W, et, wet. Great reading. Let's do a new word. We have e, n. Blend them together. N. Let's add a letter to get a new word. This part says N. When I add a letter, let's say each sound and then blend them together. H, N. Hen. This word says hen. Let's get a new letter. Say each sound and then blend them together. T, N. Ten. Great job. This word says 10. Here's a new word. Say each sound and then blend them together. Egg. Egg. Great job. Let's get a new sound. Say each sound and then blend them together. B, egg. Beg. This word says beg. Let's get a new letter. Say each sound and then blend them together. L, egg. Leg. Let's get a new word. Say each sound and then blend them together. Whenever you see two letters that are the same, we only make one sound, like this. With the two L's, you'll say L. Let's try it together and say each sound and blend it together. L. L. Great blending. Let's add a letter to L and make a new word. Say each sound and then blend them together. B. L. Bell. Great job. Remember, we say each sound and then blend them together. E. B. Ebb. Let's get a new letter and make a new word. Say each sound and blend the sounds together. W. Ebb. Web. Are you ready for another? Say each sound and then blend it together. Est. 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 This word says est. Now we're going to add some new letters to make a new word with est. Remember, say each sound and then blend it together. B. Est. Best. This word says best. Let's do one more. Remember, say each sound and then blend it together. R. Est. Rest. This word says rest. Great reading.
Reading can be hard work. You did a wonderful job reading those words. You know what I think? I think you deserve a story.
I think you're right, Fiona Farm Hat. You do deserve a story. I've got one just for you that's filled with short E words that we just finished reading. I put them in blue so you can find them easily. Remember to use the 4 B's of reading as you're reading together. This story is called What Pet to Get by Mrs. B. It's about a boy who wants to get a pet, but he doesn't know which pet is the best one to get. I bet my mom will let me get a pet, but what pet will I get? I want the best. Can you hear the short E words? Take some time to see how many you can find. Can you find bet, let, get, pet, best? Great job! You found at least one of the short E words. Let's keep reading and see which pet is the best to get. If I get a hen as a pet, it will get fed at 10. Do you hear the short E words? Fed, hen, get, pet, and 10? Great job! You found them! Let's see what other pet he could get. If I get a spider as a pet, it will live in a web and get on my leg. Wow! Maybe having a spider could be something cool and unique because they sleep in a web and they can crawl everywhere. Do you hear the short E words? Like web and leg? Can you find them? Great reading! You found them! If I get a red fish as a pet, it would get wet. That's true. Fish do get wet when they're living in water. Do you hear the short E words? Like wet, red, and pet? And get is a short E word too. Can you find any of them? Great job! You're a phenomenal reader. Let's see what other pet he could get. If I get a dog as a pet, it will rest in my bed. A dog is the best pet to get. He's so excited that he can have a dog as a pet because then he can lounge around in his bed with them. I think that dogs are cool pets too. There are lots of things you can do with them. Which pet do you think would be the best for you? Today, we learned all about the short E sound and the letter that makes that sound. Now, whenever you see the letter E, you'll know to make the short E sound and say eh. We even read words that had the short E sound right in the middle, like pet, web, pen, leg, and rest.
Thank you so much for helping me today. Now I know just which letters are making those sounds. Y'all come back and see me and keep on reading. Bye-bye now.
I'm so glad we were able to help Fiona Farm Hat learn that it was the letter E that was making the short E sound. Now, whenever she hears that sound, she'll know it's the letter E saying eh. Be sure to come back and visit us at the Phonics Farm where we learn all the sounds that letters can make. I can't wait to read with you. Bye! For more videos that'll teach you how to read, like and subscribe to Mrs. B's Reading Room's channel and visit www.mrsbsreadingroom.com for more books and to get your very own reading tutor.